Hello there. We're going to do a 210 run of using Carnelian a bit here and of using a bit of Decimus as well. So drop Volka, drop Carnelian, drop Eloin. Fast forward because we're just waiting for the next unit here. Drop Broke here. Ideally, while keeping the Banshee on this side, it just makes things a little bit easier for you because it allows you to drop Abomination a little bit earlier and start building up his general stacks. You're going to want to pop an Eloin ult as soon as that Banshee goes into her AoE mode. This will allow you to keep Carnelian alive, and also it'll allow the ult to run out by the time you need to Carnelian ult to get everyone back up to speed with the orbs. This Wood Elf we're going to hold until Olag is out and placed. You can Volka ult here, you can Brock your ult, you can place Olag. The top lane clone is not going to be killed for the very simple reason that Abomination's ult is going to run out. In doing so, well, we just don't have the damage anymore, right? So there's no way to really go against this early explosion. You just need a Carnelian ult and you're good to go. Once this is done, we're kind of just waiting again on the next steps. The next step is going to be using Valeria to take care of that archer and the next clone at the top, so place Valeria. Eloin does take the hit, but that's fine. She has the Blood Orb normally. Here we can Volka ult. Wait a little bit. Valeria ult. Here we are going to use Toreador's ult and wait until these top mobs have actually moved forward enough to drop a Decimus and make it make sense. And it just scrapes by those extra seconds that we need to get this. We're just going to recall Valeria because at this point she doesn't really help. She has served her purpose. This archer is creeping forward, but that's fine. This is why we have an Olag here that needs to be placed at the same time that Carnelian ult needs to be used, so that's great. We're going to hold this Eloin Wood Elf because it will help us for the next phase of placing Valeria. Actually, before that, it will help us to keep Olag alive while this clone wails on him. Here we are going to pop a Volk and proc your ultimate. At the top, there is another cluster of mobs coming in, so we're going to pop a Toreador ultimate, and again, drop the Decimus as they are getting in that little cluster right there, and hope that Abomination does his job correctly, which for now he seems to be doing. We're great, we're there. Mostly, some extra hits that need to be gotten in there, but that's fine because Abomination is a Chad, and he gets them in fine and well. Here in the middle, we have Olag being hit on by a lot of mobs, so we're going to drop that Wood Elf. The Banshee is coming in from the bottom, so we want to keep an eye on that as well. The Wood Elf has basically put Olag full life. We can recall it now. We are going to hold the Brachio ultimate for when it makes a little bit more sense. We can pop the Volka ultimate. Here it makes more sense to use the Brachio ultimate and then the Eloin one. Eloin is almost dead, but that is okay. We place the Valeria, which we almost forgot to do. Hopefully, Eloin survives long enough to give us another use of the Wood Elf to keep Valeria alive. She needs to use her ult. Carnelian needs to use her ult. Everyone is mostly alive. I forgot to place the Decimus. Please don't don't make me lose the run on the Decimus. I'm going to lose the run on the Decimus. Okay, well, if you do this correctly and you actually place the Decimus on time, this does work out. The top lane gets handled by the explosion of Valeria's sword. The bottom lane is going to blow up, but that's fine. Here you can even drop a Maul in to help a little bit with the damage. Right? And at this point, okay, great, Maul dies, but that's fine. We don't care anymore. That explodes, but again, we don't care. We have Carnelian. We have everyone we need. Abomination is still damaging at the top. I'm really a bit disappointed that this isn't a perfect clear, but there sadly is some RNG involved here, and I did not pay close enough attention to actually placing the Decimus on time. And honestly, this is, I don't know, I'm just not fully paying attention tonight, so it's not working out as well as it should. Because just as you saw, right, if I just placed that Decimus, it would have worked fine just like the 2 other times. Or 3 other times. I've done too many fails on Gear Dungeon 2 tonight. I am essentially calling it. This does work. This is a strategy you can employ. And if you're actually paying attention and not talking at the same time, it turns out it's a lot easier. As for the actual units used, oh my god, I was doing this without sound the whole time too. Bummers. All right, well, Elwyn is in a morale healing set. Olag is in just some guardian set. It might actually just be easier to show them like this, but I always forget people when I do it like this, so we'll just do it this way. Carnelian is in her invigoration set that I tend to use for pretty much everything, just very high attack speed, some rage regen, and most of the other stats don't really matter. Brockier is in a tempered will, but he doesn't really need that crazy gear. Decimus is in nothing because he doesn't need anything. The only thing he has is lunacy visor. Torador is in a HP invigoration set with a bastion ring. Valeria is in some good infernal roar with just a bad artifact because I didn't want to. Actually, I should have put a whaling skull on her, but for some reason I did not. Volka is in some good Soulbound Arcana set. I'm running her exclusive. If you have an Eye of Sin, that would probably be better, honestly. I just don't have 2 of them that I am willing to upgrade. Abomination is in some good Infernal Roar, running the Eye of Sin that I do have upgraded. And Ball is in some random gear, but I don't really use them anyways. You could use it, probably a Hatset would be better here, or really any other unit. You could probably actually run a second unkillable tank like Baron and make this somewhat more consistent with the Decimus for that very last wave. I do apologize that I didn't do this properly in the sense that I do not have a 3-star clearance on the video. I'm just kind of getting fed up with running this so many times in a row. It is possible, but again, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm not doing well, so I will be calling it here. Cheers, and have a nice one.